Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Another day of 30 inks, 30 days. You know the drill. This is going to be a hard page because it's all circles and circles are hard. Alright, jumping straight in and let's go for that one. Can you see it? Can you see it? I think it's a desk bandit one because they have like a wider. Yeah. Alright, Pennonia. Oi. Celium Exit. You know what? It's Pennonia Velvet Champagne. And because I've made so many spelling mistakes, I am going to just write Velvet Champagne. So this looks, I have tried, I put this in my broad nib TWSBI just to test it out. And it is probably a little bit too light for me. It looks darker in the vial than what comes out. But let's give it a go. I think what I'll do is do all of this one with the dip pen. Because hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit more. All right. So I actually have thought of something I wanted to chat about today. And it's more of a question. And it's about ink samples versus ink bottles. And I'm just really intrigued as to what works for you and why. Something we've discussed a little bit at the Melbourne pen meetup. Some people are very like purely bottles and others purely samples. And I'll tell you my thinkings, but even like please don't like you have to wait to the end to add into the comments. I'm just really intrigued as to even like if you feel you're settled in something, how you even came to that conclusion. So as someone who really likes to explore inks, samples are awesome, right? Like you get your 2 ml, depending on how much you fill your converters, whatever, your pens, I think you can get 2, sometimes 3 good fills. Really depends though on the pen. But if you were to look at it as a cost per mil, well, you're spending a lot more money cost per mil, you know, a $23 bottle of Robert Oster versus a $2 sample, you know, I'm not going to try and do the percentage math for you, but I think even without being good at math, we can agree that cost-wise, a bottle makes more sense. However, this is where I enter the back and forth, makes more sense if you were purely going to use that color. If you're going to use lots of different colors, then you're still wanting to try at that level of variety, then you're actually spending more and wasting it if you're not going to get through the ink. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a difference in environmental impact. I guess it depends, like all the vials are plastic versus buying glass bottles. Look, I'm very much in a sample world at the moment. I have a couple of bottles, but I am just drawn to buying samples. But I have some inks that I really like, but I still haven't then gone to buy a bottle because I'm always wanting to try another one and another. All right, I'm going to pause that for a second. This is the Pennonia ink. I definitely think it's more legible in that dip pen. I actually don't know what to call this color. Is it a peach or a beige maybe even? It's not orange. It's not yellow. It's not pink. I'm going to say like a peachy beige. I think it's interesting. It's just a bit too light for me. When I put it in the broad nib, it was like even more washed out. So if I could find something in between, maybe it would work. But it's not one that I feel the need to hang on to. But let's see what it's like in a swatch and, you know, in that circle if any other colours come through. All right, give me a second. I'll rearrange and then we can continue that conversation. All right, can you see it if I do it like that? So yeah, I guess I'm just intrigued as to how other people have, or where other people are at on that sample versus bottle journey, or if you finished that discovery and you are really happy in either camp, like how you got there. Or let's just say you are someone who is really, just want samples. What is the thing that then pushes you over into buying a bottle? Wow, so it's almost had the opposite effect. I thought that was going to come out darker in the swatch, but if anything, it's actually come out significantly lighter. The one thing that's jumping out to me straight away, though, is I do see more yellow in this swatch around that pooly bit, which I wasn't really seeing there. So we'll watch it as it dries, but that's just what's come out at me straight away. I think I am probably going to stay in a sample world. The however, or the caveat, is part of me would really love to have like a pen and then therefore an ink that just stay at work. So still have others that come in and out, but something that could always be a go-to. I don't have to clean out every time, and I could just have a bottle of that ink at work. But I haven't found that. I haven't found the right ink for that, I guess, or anything that I'm, completely sold on. Part of me wonders if it should be something like a Robert Oster Blue Black. I like blue blacks that kind of tend towards more that purple than the green, and that is one I think does that. It writes nicely. It's cost effective, that ink's not crazy expensive, but that's probably the only one I could really think of. So yeah, it's all food for thought, but I would just love to know. All right, let's your thoughts and ideas and how you've found your way to where you are now. So to go back to this ink, it'll be a shorter video today. There is something nice about it. Where it is kind of wetter, I actually do really like. You can see you're getting some quite nice shading there between the light and the dark. But I just, all in all, I do wonder if this ink is a bit too light for me. You can see here, for example, in the shading, the lighter bits are quite light, and for me border on that just not being legible. Coming over, so many notebooks. Can you see it's still quite wet there, but what I said at the start when I did this one rings true for me, that the difference in the two pages, what's jumping out at me is it just looks like I can just see more yellow there. But again, this like beigey peach color, it's really lovely. I just don't know how practical it is. I would love to actually, now that I've said that, just compare that to like they could be in the same family for me, and this just takes the cake. That's just so much more readable and usable, but could definitely see them having a relationship. All right. I don't actually know much about Pennonia ink, so if there is a Pennonia ink you do love, chuck it down in the comments below as well. And yeah, any thoughts or comments around the ink sample versus bottle, definitely let me know. As always, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, sticking through 20 days of 30 inks, 30 days. We're almost there. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope you have too. If you could hit like and subscribe, that'd be awesome. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.